want to say congratulations to all the first-time authors in 2023. That means if you are a fiction author, non-fiction author, or if you're an author of any form or shape, and you released your book in 2023, I just want to say congratulations. And of course, to any other author who has released a book at any particular point in time, I just want to say, you know what, congratulations. You're doing something with your life. You've stepped out in faith. Some of you have stepped out as God showed you in dreams. Some of you have just stepped out as a prophetic word. Some of you guys stepped out as what God has directed you to do, based on that, on how He was guiding you on the inside and stuff like that. So I just want to say congratulations to all you guys for having the faith to step out. And as a reminder as well, just remember that even if you read a book like 5 years ago, 2 years ago, or even like early in the year, just remember that for someone who's seeing the book for the very first time, it's still a new book. So remember that. Yeah, okay, cool. And also I just want to say for Kingdom authors as well, to say that I think generally speaking, I thought let me start by saying that I think for people who are really heart-centered, there's a responsibility that comes with being an author. You're being responsible related to the message you're putting out there, being responsible with what you're saying in your book, being responsible in how you are delivering the message. Okay, there's one thing receiving a message and delivering it as well, and obviously the avenue of books is it's a good way to do that. And whether this is to do with your personal story, or maybe it's a revelation that God has been pushing you through, and then you're not in a position where you put it in a book. Of course, that comes with responsibility. And still on that as well, I think I saw someone the other day, and I said it's not necessarily the fact that anytime you get the revelation, you put it in a book. It does not necessarily work like that, because many times there are times, of course, when God speaks to you and then you have to put it in a book as soon as it can be. Fine, there are times like that. But at the same time, there are times as well where you find that before you can put anything in a book, you have to push through that revelation, meaning you have to walk that out for a while, and then you can put it in a book. And I think I was saying something the other day that even before I wrote about prayer, I led intercession for many years. Yes, because I was walking through that until time came and God spoke to me to write a book about prayer. Yeah, so that varies from individual to individual, but generally speaking, usually you find that many people, by the time they put something in a book, they've walked that revelation out, they've walked it out, that sort of thing. So, but again, coming back to the issue of responsibility, and I think I was speaking probably late last year in a small church, and I saying, it's not. There are some things that I can say in a private meeting that I will never put in a book. There's any topics that I know right now that I won't put in a book right now, but I'm just going to be speaking them privately. That's how. Yeah, when it comes to things, you see. So obviously I'm not going to give you a prescription of that, but that depends from person to person. There are things you can say you want to put in a book, and of course there are things you may say, no, I'm not going to put this in a book. I'm going to put this when I go out there in private meetings. Maybe I'm talking to a few people, or whatever the case may be, depending on the nature of what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? So that comes that issue of responsibility as well. Yeah, so I think this is one of the key things I just want to stress today, that there's a responsibility that comes with being an author in terms of receiving the message you're receiving, and also releasing it out there, and also how you're releasing the message as well. There's an element of responsibility there. I know a lot of people don't want to talk about that. Some people just want to enjoy all the the good stuff that comes back, and all the, but obviously there's a responsibility with that. So I think that's one of the key things I actually say today, to say that there is a responsibility that comes with being an author, because especially if a kingdom author, you are becoming a vehicle, or you're becoming a conduit that God is using to pour out stuff like that. Now just this morning I was talking to somebody, someone sent me a message on WhatsApp, and in my response I coded, I went and took something related to Toza, something that Toza said, and I just kind of screenshot to them. screenshot it, send it to them. Something written by Tozer. Tozer died a long time ago, but I think for some of you guys who appreciate the work of Tozer, you know that he was a legend. And I think this is the time where we're in now, where we're seeing some of the stuff written by people like Smith Wigglesworth. He's still relevant now, although these people died like years ago. And this is the power of revelation. This is the power in something that's prophetic as well. I've just sort of digressed, but anyway, it's all good. So you might find, I can give you another example here. More than 10 years ago, I wrote 3 levels of prayer. It only came into print just a few years ago. But I wrote 3 levels of prayer more than a decade ago. But even now, people are reading it now as to finding it powerful. And by the way, I'm very grateful for every single person who bought a copy, that sort of thing. But I wrote 3 levels of prayer more than 10 years ago. But you see, this is 2023 and moving into 2024. The book is too powerful. The book is too powerful. The book is still incredible, touching lives, and the message spreading. I've got people also, some people who approached me about using the book to run their prayer crews and stuff like that. That's a conversation for another day. But the bottom line is, as authors, particularly kingdom authors, you're becoming the conduit that God's going to use to pour out a message, a revelation, or whatever the case might be. You know what I'm saying? So there's that element of responsibility in terms of also just making sure that you stay in alignment. And that's one of the reasons why I talk a lot about alignment, because I understand the importance of alignment when it comes to being a conduit and a vessel that God's going to use. Okay, now God can use you in an aspect, in any sphere. It just happened that today I'm just talking about in this area of being writing, being an author, that God is using people on the pulpit, off the pulpit, in science, in politics, in education system, in teaching kindergarten, and in teaching universities, in business, in finance, in banking, in engineering, you name it, every sphere, God can use you, provided you're willing. And that's another topic again for another day. A lot of people want to be used by God, unless a few are willing to. Now, I'll bring that down in some stage, but this is the thing. God is always looking for a willing vessel. So I just want to applaud you. Every single person who has written the book, under inspiration, you got inspiration to do it as God led you and stuff like that. I just want to applaud you and just want to congratulate you one more time for stepping out. I know some of it wasn't easy. You had to fight doubt. You had to fight doubt. You had to fight voices of naysayers. And some of you, even when you wrote the book, people judged you. They didn't know what they were talking about. They just judged you. But in the fullness of time, some of you, God has begun vindicating you. You know what I'm saying? So today I just want to say congratulations to every single author out there. You've done something with your life. You're doing something towards humanity. You're putting something out there to make the lives of other people better. You're enriching other people's lives with your life. You're making an impact. You're being used of God. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's what I wanted to say today. And as you can tell, I've got a lot to say, but anyway, I'm going to bounce. And always remember, you have a common destiny. And of course, you guys, for those who want to go deeper in terms of writing and stuff like that, of course, I encourage you to get Unleash the Book. And then you can get on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and many other platforms. Okay. But yeah. Okay. Catch you guys later. Cheers.